You will meet a lot of people. Make each one of them count. I know that sounds like a cliche. Make them count, because remember, they're gonna remember how you made them feel. And every person you meet knows so many more people. Let me give you an example. Someone said, what's the difference between networking on the East Coast and the West Coast? I said, on the West Coast, networking is 6 degrees of separation. Within 6 calls, you should get to Kevin Bacon. We all know that, right? So what's the East Coast? East Coast networking? I knows a guy who knows a guy.
2 degrees.
The fact is, your network of people, not how many people have likes on their, followers. I'm telling you, your real network of people. I have a contractor at my house doing AC. I needed a concrete guy. And I said, you know any concrete guys? He goes, oh, I know the best guy out there. Boom, he comes out. I'm getting my concrete done. Same thing with electrician. You network within different niches and different industries, and they know people. They know. Here's a quick example. A company came to me, an investment banking group came to me, and they had invested in a trucking company. And this company took the motors, the tractors that went off lease, that pulled the 18-wheel containers, trailers, and they'd refurb them and then put them out to independent drivers. And they would go to dealers and say, look, anybody who doesn't pass credit, send them to us. And so they didn't realize what they were doing, and 99% of all the trucks were abandoned at the side of the road, and they had to go pick them up, and they weren't paid for. I said, you're advertising to credit criminals. They can't pass the simplest credit test, report for a dealership who wants to give it away to them, and you're going to put them in a truck, and and they did. So they were teetering on bankruptcy, and the investment banking firm brought me in and said, can you help? Because they had serious money into this. And I said, sure. So I went down and I said, what does it cost to refurb a cab? And they said, 10 grand. I said, would you spend 12? I said, sure. So we put in, feather down comforters and cushioned walls and a full-size closet instead of a half, and cable and internet and all the things, DVD players at the time and radio. This was better than any hotel room a trucker could ever stay in. And the idea was they're going to show it off, word of mouth. I said, but where do we find the drivers? And so to me, there's a back door for everything. I said, okay, you guys were truckers, right? And they said, yeah. I said, so you stop at truck stops? All the time. So the manager at the truck stop, what does he know about you? Well, he knows everybody. He knows who treats the waitresses well. He knows who's OCD, who, is spotlessly clean, who has the best rigs. He knows everything. I said, what does that guy make? And at the time, it makes about $35,000 a year. I said, so if you went to him and you said, I tell you what, you bring me wildcatters, independent truckers, who are good risks, not high risk, but a good, solid, credit-worthy risk, and they want a job, I'll guarantee them $75,000 to $90,000 a year as an independent driver, and I will give you $500 in cash after they're with me for 6 months. And I'll do that for each one. But if you bring me 5 of them, more than 5, starting with the 6th one, I'll pay you $750 in cash in an envelope. And if you bring me 10 or more, I'll start paying you $1,000. They had a waiting list of drivers that went almost 2 years long. They couldn't refurb the cabs fast enough for the drivers who wanted it. Never had one abandoned, ever. And then we sold the company. So there's always a way. There's always a way to get into a back door.